Shalom. Where the real Hebrew Israelites come to week in and week out, prophesy and return the Most High and His heavenly Son. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kagdash. Double honors to the apostles out in New York, Ray Millstone of GMS. Honors to all alchemy around the planet, lifting up the name of Yahweh, Yahushai, in truth and sincerity. I'm going to play a snippet of this news broadcast from Chicago, put on the Brother Ruai La Yashra page.
Throughout the pandemic, we will leave no options off the table when it comes to protecting the safety and well-being of our residents. We didn't want to get to this point, but given the situation we find ourselves in, we simply have no choice. So, today, we are announcing that beginning on January 3rd, you must show proof that you are fully vaccinated to enter bars, restaurants, fitness centers, and entertainment and recreational venues where food or drink are served. Let me repeat that again. Beginning January 3rd, you must show proof of vaccination, whether it's your actual card, whether it's a photograph, whether it's something on your phone, but you must show proof to enter bars, restaurants, fitness centers, and entertainment and recreational venues where food.
All right, now, you can go watch the rest of this or the news broadcast, because that's the main point is they're putting, if you don't have proof, you will not be able to go to certain places, which is the beginning of the lockdown phase, which we went through last year, which we brought all the scriptures out, but we're going to bring them out again. And we're not making this long. It just, this is 2 Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And a lot of people are going to fight over this forced system that people are in right now. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into the city, and shall not be able to. Martial law. Okay, it's going to be uprising. People coming seditions against the government, seditions against the rules of established law. All right, and people for verse 18 and then that martial law is not going to be no joke. You're going to be trying to go here and go there. You're not going to be able to go there, see your loved ones, not be able to go travel. They're going to shut things down again. For because of the pride of the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and shall spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for the great tribulation. Okay, so the Most High says this is what's coming down the pike. All right, and these things, these forced mandates, are pushing our people into corners and people in general. And I'm just, it's going to get crazy out there. Thus saith the Lord. All right. There's a lot of scriptures that go into it, where people are going to be coming against one another. Isaiah 19, verse 1, America's spiritual Egypt. The burden of Egypt Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. Those are chariots. Now you got all the chariot sightings all over. People are getting scared. And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All right, which has already started. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. The Americans, you got the left, you got the right, you got the alt, you got this, you got Democratic, you got the Republic, you got white, you got so-called black, you got the foreigners, you got the patriots, you got all these crabs, right? And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy. And we can feel that spirit. This has been one of the deadest, driest Christmas vibrations. Thanksgiving was dry as fuck, which is wonderful, because the spirit of mirth is leaving these places, man. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to all the wizards. The Egyptians and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. So Most High said he's going to take them down, man. All right? And this is it. America's about to go down. Babylon is going down. All right? Financially, infrastructurally, okay, morally, this place is just horrible. So look for more lockdowns. All right? Look for more Ezekiel's. Or is it the 23rd chapter? All right? And so listening to this Babylon the Great, America, listening to the bullshit, feel like verse 17. And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of love. Love everybody. Love this, forgive us, and just let love and let go. That is, everybody has the American dream, and we can be anything together, right? And hold everybody hands together bullshit. And they defiled her with their whoredom. And she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them. So she discovered her whoredoms and discovered her nakedness, that we still at the bottom, that nobody give a fuck about us, that we are the offscout of the earth, that we are the Israelites, and we have been left out here just naked and dead in the streets. That my mind was alienated from her, like as my mind was alienated from her sister. Yet she multiplied her whoredoms in calling to remembrance the days of her youth, when she had played the harlot in the lands of Egypt. Right? For she doted upon their paramours, who whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, whose issue is like the issue of horses. All right? They, like I said over here in the New Living Translation, she lusted after lovers with genitals as large as a donkey and emissions like those of a horse. All right? We follow this whole system of America, which has been fucking us over, man. Been taking we've been doting upon them and running to them, and because they got the power, they got the beauty, they got all this. But what they've been doing is giving us a hard time. All right, but we love this place, and we lusting after the allure of grandeur. Thus thou callest to remembrance the lewdness of thy youth, and the bruising thy teats by the Egyptians for the paps of thy youth. All right, you wanted to get the leeks, the greens, tomatoes, and the pleasantries, and the debauchery, all right, of these Babylonian lovers, these old Egyptian loves, these old American loves, all right. Therefore, O Holobah, thus saith the Lord of power, behold, I will raise up thy lovers against thee, the ones that they sold you into the system, brought you into believing this bullshit. If you can't see and fight and come out of this shit, and you follow this shit, you're gonna be destroyed by it. All right, from whom thy mind is alienated, and I will bring them against thee on every side: the Babylonians and all the Chaldeans, the Pico, the Shoah, the Koa, and all the Assyrians with them, all of them desirable young men, captains and rulers, great lords and renowned, all of them riding upon horses. All right. This is the Lord's going to give us that United Nations, that European NATO bullshit. Don't get that NATO and allied forces and so forth. We're going to have these UN troops and all the other crap. All right. And they shall come against thee with chariots, wagons, and wheels, and an assembly of people from different nations, and with different chariots and different Humvees and MRAPs and military vehicles and planes and helicopters, etc., which shall set against thee buckler, shield, and helmet round about. That's military troops on the ground with shields and helmets and guns and bayonets or batons. And I will set judgment before them, and they shall judge thee according to their judgment. Be martial law, all right? They'll be executed right there in those little sections and corners in those garrisons that they're going to be putting in the middle of the street, those military checkpoints, all right? And I will set my jealousy against thee, and they shall deal furiously with thee. They shall take away thy nose and thy ears, and thy remnant shall fall by the sword. They shall take thy sons and thy daughters, and thy residue shall be devoured by the fire, all right? And this is what's coming down, all right? And we have to understand this is coming. More lockdowns are coming. More oppression. It's coming. We've been saying it's here, coming to here to Chicago and to, United States. And now it's here in Chicago. Okay? And it's only going to get worse. So get prayed up, be spiritual, come before the Lord, repent, see the indignation the Lord has against these Israelites here, and why the Lord has given us up by listening and following up against those, the facade of the heathens, man. These great, desirable captains and great lords riding upon horses and they did this and that. Okay, Most High gonna show you this. Woe to you that go down to Egypt, right, and trust in the shadow of America, right. So hopefully this has been edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh. All praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles out in New York, great millstone of GMS, honors to all occupying the planet, lifting up the name of Yahweh, Yahushua, in truth and sincerity. And we'll say Shalom, Baba Ball. Stay prayed up out here. I'm almost out of here.